fastest show in sports.
America, we got to stop being this. We're not all arrogant jerks. We're not all entitled idiots. There's some people out there who actually enjoy sports for what it is. But when it comes down to golf and international competition, hey, I'll tell you what, the announcers have had it right sometimes. Rory McIlroy had it right. How about rooting for your team? How about rooting for the Americans? How about spending more time rooting them on instead of denigrating the Europeans, who, by the way, save for that last day, kicked your ass up and down the court, up and down the course, rather, and they escaped at the end, but they still played better. They're champions. Salute them. Give them a nice round of applause. And as a matter of fact, when it comes to looking back on this Ryder Cup, Rory McIlroy, the guy you got pissed off about, the guy that you pissed on, the guy that you made all sorts of insults to, the guy that somebody threw something at his wife, threw a drink at his wife after the match was over. Hey, guess what? You really got somebody angry who knows how to put you in your place.
How do you pick and choose when to interact? Yesterday on 16 in the afternoon, I heard some guy who was like, Roy, you're not that good. And you said, I'm really effing good. So
I am.
I know you are.
Really good.
I know. But when do you pick and choose when to interact with the fans? Obviously, there's playful banter.
Honestly, I'd say it's just on impulse. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I'm quite an impulsive character, if you haven't noticed. And sometimes I'll engage, and sometimes I'll catch myself and refrain. But I don't really choose when, and it's sort of sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
How sustainable for the game of golf is the level of abuse that you and others I know but received this weekend? I mean, is it something that you just have to accept, or is it something that's taking the game in a dangerous direction?
No, I don't think we should ever accept that in golf. I think golf should be held to a higher standard than what was seen out there this week. Golf has the ability to unite people. Golf teaches you very good life lessons. It teaches you etiquette. It teaches you how to play by the rules. It teaches you how to respect people. And sometimes this week we didn't see that. So no, this should not be what is acceptable in the Ryder Cup. But we will be making sure to say to our fans in Ireland in 2027 that what happened here this week is not acceptable. And it's for me, it's come and support your home team. Come and support your team. I think if I was an American, I would be annoyed that I didn't hear a lot of shouts for Scotty today, but I heard a lot of shouts against me. And it's like, support your players.
There it is. Rory McIlroy said it exactly right. When you go to an event like the Ryder Cup, support your team. I mean, it was a European and an American side that was there, but mostly Americans. Why don't you support the Americans? Instead, you just want to go ahead and take advantage of the $27 beers and the bottomless cup drinks and cocktails and go ahead and make assholes of yourself. I mean, you did. Because look, while it still comes down to it's just a small portion of people who really become the idiots, they are the ones that get the most attention, and they're the ones then that basically spread it out around everybody else. Stop being an asshole. You don't have to be. You can cheer against somebody, you can root against somebody, you can do certain things, but don't drop yourself to the level of being nothing more than just a jerk. It's what America's known for. That's the problem. We are known as being the home of jerks. We are known as being the home of the arrogant. And yeah, I get it. There's a lot of people out there that are going to say, wait a minute, Ed, have you ever seen a soccer match in Europe? You're right. You're right. But why can't we be better? Why can't we just enjoy the sport for what it is? Why can't we have a grand time just reveling in the amazing accomplishments of these athletes? You know why? Because most of these jerks that are drunk out there on any given day, whether it's a football game, basketball game, baseball game, hockey game, NASCAR motorsports race, tennis event, golf event, makes no difference. They go out there, they drink themselves stupid, and then they become intoxicated morons. And then they go ahead and let it out. And that's probably what happened when the drink got thrown at Rory McIlroy's wife. People just get stupid. Why do we need to be the stupid ones? We don't. We can stop being the stupid ones, America. Join me, please. Let's just have a good time at these events. Let's just enjoy them for what they are. You don't pay your money. This is another thing, too. If you're a fan, paying your money for your ticket does not entitle you to basically insult somebody. It doesn't entitle you to throw things at people. It doesn't entitle you to say, fuck you, which is what they were doing all the time at the Ryder Cup over and over again to McIlroy. You don't get that right. You don't. You're there to enjoy it. You're there to spectate. You're not there part of the show. And therein lies a bigger part of the problem. We are now a society that believes we're the part of the show. Hey, it's a great golf match. Guess what? Let's go on out, get drunk, yell somebody, and maybe we'll get hurt. That's what happened about 1 million years ago in golf when there was somebody who, I don't know who the first person was, who when it was dead silent. And I remember being at numerous events like this. Dead silent. The putt could be for the win, could be for a championship, could be for a green jacket. And the minute the golfer strikes it, get in the hole! Get in the hole! And everybody's in there. Oh, you know why? You just want to be part of the show. Stop trying to be a part of the show. You're not. You're a spectator. You're a fan. You're there to enjoy it. You're there to pay your money. You're there to have your beer. You're there to have your hot dog, whatever it is. But otherwise, stop being the ugly American, which is basically what we are when it comes to sports. And we don't have to be that. But we like it. That's even more distressing. We like being the ugly American. You don't have to be. You can actually enjoy sports without being a fracking moron. I know that's stunning, but it can happen. The unfortunate thing is, even when somebody tries to bring some perspective to what has gone on, it gets denigrated. Tom Watson, for instance, went on X and said, I'd like to congratulate Ryder Cup Europe on their victory. Your team play the first few days was sensational. More importantly, I'd like to apologize for the rude and mean-spirited behavior from our American crowd at Bethpage. As a former player, captain, and as an American, I am ashamed of what happened. The reaction was good in many instances from some people. Here's one guy. What a classy remark, sir. Thank you for using your platform to say what desperately needed to be said. Another one. What a classy remark, sir. Thank you for using it. There you go. And then there's great to be calling the behavior out. It was sad to see and hear the abuse that went on. All fine and well that Tom Watson decided he needed to take a stand and he needed to say something. But then again, this is social media. The ugly Americans pop themselves up here as well. How about the ones who said, funny, I didn't see you there, Tom. Rory reacted poorly as well. It's us against the world, Tom. The U.S. was hated long before you hung up your clubs. Time to get back some of the hate. Speak for yourself, Tom. Plus, isn't it time for you to go out to pasture? Times have changed and your eliteness is completely out of touch. Wrong. Wrong. Eliteness is not out of touch. It is sportsmanship. Shocking. Where did that word ever go? I know it's really, when you say sportsmanship to people, there's a lot of people who will just laugh at you because they say, come on, there's no sportsmanship anymore. There could be if we practice it. And I'm not being Pollyanna-ish about this. I'm just saying that what I want to see when I go to an event, I want to see the great scorer. I want to see the great shooter. I want to see the great receiver and the running back and the defensive play. And I want to see the great golf shot. I want to see all this. Hey, it's different in NASCAR because the drivers can't hear you anyway. And when you're in an arena, it's entirely different too because there's cheers, there's boos, there's all these things, but it doesn't have to get nasty and it doesn't have to get personal. And on a golf course especially, it doesn't have to get personal because you can hear everybody 3 holes away. It's unnecessary. Stop being the ugly American. It doesn't fit. It doesn't work. By the way, before we move on, I do want to point out that the PGA of America takes a tremendous amount of responsibility for what happened at the Ryder Cup because on the Saturday, they brought in a host off the first tee. And the host was an alleged comedian. Well, here, I'll let you, let's learn all about the alleged comedian who was there on Saturday.
If you are a single gal, I want you to dial in. If you live in the tri-state area and you can get tickets and get on the LIRR and get your ass out to Bethpage, that is where you're going to meet some men's. And if you don't want the American men's, there's going to be plenty of rich European zaddies out there rooting for Rory McIlroy, so you better get your twats out there. I have said this. If you can't meet a good man in a Sky Club on a Friday, meet him out at a golf course. Meet him out at a golf course, especially one where it's going to be high stakes. And Ryder Cup is different than like going to the Masters or going to some of these other tournaments because those are more buttoned up. The Ryder Cup gets wild. Dude, by noon, you got a bunch of bros from Germany dressed in the yellow and blue that the Team Europe wears, and they are chugging beers, wolfing down hot dogs. Everyone gets rowdy. It's a real fun event because there's so much crowd interaction. It's not stuffy. It's high stakes, but everybody is letting their hair down, eating brats, getting real, brah. But if you are a single gal, get your ass out there.
So remember, ladies, get your ass out there. Go ahead and get a drunken, hot dog eating European or an American. Go out there and let them spend all kinds of money on you. Let them buy you overpriced drinks. Go out there and just try to be as sexual as you possibly can. Yeah, I know it's comedy, but it's bad comedy. Because this is the woman that the PGA of America put into their Saturday hosting role. And she was out there while Rory McIlroy was up on the first tee. And she is there, the host, hired and working for the PGA of America, who's there on the stand as the crowd is cheering. She's leading the chants of, "Fuck you, Rory." That's, I guess, what she considers her job. So the PGA of America is not completely blameless in all of this. They helped to egg it on. They helped make this a sideshow. They helped to make this right from the very first tee. The PGA of America is hiring somebody whose only job there is to tell really bad jokes, really sexist jokes, not give a damn if the women are out there just basically whoring themselves in front of guys from Europe and from America. Go ahead, ladies. Got to get those twats out there. But in the meantime, she's out there leading a four-letter chant against one of the other players. PGA of America, you are just as much to blame as anybody else for making this a sideshow. Maybe next time you won't do it. Maybe next time you'll learn your lesson. Maybe next time we won't have a band of idiots out there basically getting drunk. And that's another thing, too. You're never going to stop the drinking at these events because, let's face it, that's what they go out there for. They go out there to drink and be stupid. Again, my point is, you don't have to be stupid about it. It's just a game. It's just a sport. Enjoy it and don't be an asshole.
Ed Berliner, the fastest show in sports.